Hello, guys. Thank you so much for listening to the Gig Economy Podcast. This is an episode of not the best of the Gig Economy Podcast, as Larry and I took Wednesday off to spend time with our families. And I just want to take a moment to thank you guys so much for being fans of the Gig Economy Podcast, supporting us throughout all of this, whether you just started last week or you've been here since 2017. We can't thank you enough for doing that. I love doing this. I love podcasting. I like talking about the gig economy. So I hope you enjoy not the best of the Gig Economy Podcast.
I know we talked about Teslas in the past, and because obviously Uber has been now for a while adding discounts to Tesla owners. Are you still getting an added for your Tesla? Or not Tesla, but your EV?
The dollar EV credit?
Yep.
Yeah. I'm sure Tony does too, but it only goes up. You only get 4,000, which that's a lot of rides. If you're doing 4,000 rides a year, you're fucking killing it.
And then there's some, and this article is talking about that, like Florida, for instance, is giving $2.
Oh, really?
For Tesla drive. So
fuck Florida.
There's some states where you get more and that kind of stuff. So, but what they are saying is that the Tesla has some problems with this whole model. So basically, in another move to electrify rideshare fleets, Tesla has teamed up with Uber to offer discounts of up to $3,000 on its cars to drivers. Tesla has been added as a partner to Uber's vehicle marketplace, where drivers can purchase new or used electric vehicles. The company will offer discounts ranging from $1,000 to $3,000 on Model 3 and Model Y vehicles. This comes after Hertz hit the brakes on its acquisition of more Tesla vehicles because of unexpected problems with the Uber partnership.
Yeah, because they're beating the fuck out of them.
It seems that this is the fun one. It seems that while Teslas are popular with drivers, Tesla's high tech and safety features can make them more costly to repair.
You're no kidding. You have this spaceship and you're giving it to freaking Uber drivers.
Right. Meanwhile, Tesla launched another rideshare service in Tampa, Florida that will cost riders just $2 per person.
Yeah, we talked about that in the show.
So that's interesting. So interestingly enough, Uber drivers don't receive the discount until they've completed 100 trips in their new EVs through the Uber platform, and these trips must be completed before February 15th.
Oh wait, so you have to buy the car. You don't get the discount until after you drive 100 trips?
Correct.
Who would even buy a Tesla? Only a bitch would buy a Tesla.
I would like a Tesla.
Because you're a bitch. Only bitches drive Teslas and electric vehicles. Tony's going to fucking he's going to go 3, 2, 1. He's going to come across.
He's going to lunge at you. Nonetheless, this is cool. EVs make so much sense for Uber drivers. If they have easy access to charging, they can save hundreds of dollars and sometimes over $1,000 per month just with gas.
All right. So this is a bad tipper video. This is not gig related, but I mean, it's tipping. So it ends up being a pizza place. I think it's Domino's. So it's not a gig, but it's still something to talk about. We'll play that. It's about 1:05 and then we'll come back.
Hey, thanks a ton.
Yeah, whatever. For a shitty $2 tip. For a shit. You know what? I should have had you guys come to the fucking store.
Yeah, good thing I got this on film. Good job losing your job. Domino's driver right here pissed about 20% tip, and he's pissed.
In this weather?
20% went straight to Domino's. A delivery person show up and start cursing us out because we gave him a 20% tip instead of more. And since when is a 20% tip not good?
I don't know. He's always complaining about tips.
Okay.
He's already had a couple write-ups, so he's probably either going to get fired or...
I need to worry about my food being spat in or something.
Oh, fuck off.
No, not at all.
I'll see if it's worth my time to do any of that, but I just wanted to make sure you guys know.
Alrighty. So sorry about that, dude.
That's alright. Thanks. Alright, see ya.
Now, he is, I don't know if this is on, it's TikTok. He is getting eaten alive in the comments because, yeah, 20% tip is great. Did you see the fucking weather? A $2 tip in that weather, people are just going in on them.
Well, okay, so here's my one thing. What I first see is here 20%. So there's two boxes there. There's two boxes,
Okay.
right? Which means there's pizza and there's breadsticks at least, or there's pizza and there's wings. There's no way that was only $10, which means he based his tip off after a discount.
Maybe.
He shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Your tip should always be based off before discount.
Yes, for sure.
Right? So there's no way a $2 tip is that's not 20%.
Oh, so
there's no way.
So you're saying that the food price was a lot more?
It must have been.
Yeah.
There's two boxes.
Yeah. I mean, it is Domino's. Maybe there was some coupons or something.
Well, absolutely. But what I'm saying is, I don't think he was telling the full story.
Yeah. Well, either way, going back to it, even a 20% tip, let's say it's even $5 he gets. I think that's too low. I told my wife, what did she need? Oh, she needed, during the storm, she needed tampons. And I said, let's just DoorDash it. I'll give him $20. It's a mile from the store. We don't have to drive. See, that would be an appropriate tip for a winter driving. I mean, that would be way more than 20% for one box of that. But I just think I think that homeowner is kind of a dick.
He was a dick. But no, I mean, but in any situation though, no matter what, 20% is not a bad tip. If you look at it as 20% by itself isolated. But you're right. You got to take the storm into the consideration. Yeah. You got to take, as I said, there's no way it was 20% of the food price. There's no way.
No. Mark says, why does it have to be percent of the order amount? Yeah. Like when I go to a regular restaurant, like a sit down restaurant, I typically do 20% unless the service is great. Then I go higher. But yeah, when it's outside and someone's driving, like you kind of got to look at the totality of what is going on. If it's a beautiful sunny day, even so, like if it's such a low order amount, I still would at least do $5.
Right.
Instead of $2, but the guy shouldn't have. I mean, the guy probably is going to get fired. No, he won't. People are desperate for workers. He won't get fired. But the guy shouldn't have said anything, He should have just went on. But, yeah, I think that's a shitty tip.
The problem is he can't say no to it, right? Because he's a Domino's worker.
Yeah.
He got to do it no matter what.
Yeah, exactly. He's kind of on the hook to do it regardless of it. So,
but he shouldn't have made any comments about it.
No, absolutely not.
I mean, that's, but I also do think that the homeowner was a dick about it. There's no doubt.
He's recording himself in his house like, hey, Domino.
I think he was trying to create a situation.
I think he was too, because he had his Ring camera recording and then he had his phone already in his hand. So it's like, I don't know. He seemed nice though when he started, so maybe he thought, maybe he got a text from the guy. I don't know. Maybe, who knows? But he seemed nice at the beginning, but then definitely turned real quick.
But I mean, let's talk about that. The $2 in the snowstorm. I mean, there's no way that's enough.
Yeah. I feel bad for him though, you're right, being a Domino's worker.
He was trying to impress a girl. That wasn't very impressive, Wade. There's no way. I mean, I hope that girl order an Uber to go pick her up and paid the Uber $10 to drive.
No, he was probably oppressing a girl in his house. I think that's what he's saying.
No, I know, but I hope the girl left.
Nah, she probably likes assholes. There's women out there that like assholes. She's probably like, ooh, look at him talk down to the service worker. But
on that note though, have you started teaching your kids how to tip? And that whole structure?
Yeah, we have a healthy respect. I always tell Avery, I'm like, because I think she's ordered food service a couple times, and I know her friend does all the time. I'm like, make sure you tip well. Like, it doesn't have to be insane, but just be respectful about it. Like 20%. And I know you guys have limited funds. And then I just say, if you don't have enough to tip respectfully, then you shouldn't order.
Correct.
So Uber could be brewing a plan to enter grocery sector. Instacart stock spikes on acquisition whispers. I mean, basically, it's not a huge story. It's mostly just money talk because the stock went up. So, of course, people are like, what happened? So it looks like Instacart stocks spiked on Wednesday following speculation by Wolf Research analysts. Again, this is from an analyst. I'm not going to say that guy's name because I don't know how to pronounce it. That the company would potentially be a potential acquisition target for Uber. It doesn't surprise me. Uber is on a rampage to take fucking everyone over. And they're just going to ruin everything.
They're going to ruin everything.
Not that Instacart's already not like running like a final machine anyways, but.
So, I mean, we talked about it last time, right? So now they're just killing Drizzly.
Yep.
So they bought Drizzly and killed Drizzly.
Yep.
What's the next thing going to be you think they're going to buy and
Well,
kill?
I mean, why not? Why not buy Instacart? Why not buy, I mean, I don't think they'll ever be able to buy DoorDash, but there's not enough money in the world for them to buy DoorDash.
But don't you think at some point they're going to be stopped? Because there is such a thing. They can't, I mean, what is it that...
It's monopoly.
Yeah, exactly. They're not going to be allowed to be the only one in the market.
You say that, though, but how does the hospital that my wife work own the insurance company that they use?
Oh, I know.
See,
I don't know.
That doesn't seem legal to me. That seems like somebody's... Anyways.
That would be the left hand, like greasing the right hand.
Yeah, it's a
Whatever.
complete scam. But yeah, there does have to be where it's the FTC, Federal Trade Commission, be like, hey, no, you can't do this. But what other grocery app is out there other than they got Instacart and Shipt? That's it. Those are the two big ones, right? I can't believe I forgot Shipt. But like all those are trying to get. I mean, some of the DoorDash pictures I see from people, they're like, it's like for $15. For a 3-mile ride, right? That sounds great. You have to shop for 75 items for $15.
No way.
Who the fuck is doing that?
Right.
That's crazy. But I guess my point is all these apps are going into the shop and pays anyways.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it kind of makes sense for Uber to buy Instacart. But Instacart is just as bad as DoorDash as far as like base pay and stuff like that, if not worse.
Yeah, I know.
It's just, I don't know. It's crazy. We'll see what happens. I wouldn't doubt that they do buy them at some point. So,
before we go into the news, I have something to share. Guys, this is going to be my last show.
Yep.
This is it for me. It's been kind of on my what? Yep. No, it's true. It's been something that's going on for a long time. Anybody who's been kind of following along, I had the opportunity to buy my company back in July of last year, and I have not driven much at all since. Been out a couple of times, but my focus has really changed and switched, and so I must say that I'm just not at this point in my life. My focus is not gig, and so. I hate that I'm having to do this, but right now, my focus has to be on my my day job. Yeah, Jason, don't cry.
I'm covering the camera.
Right now, my focus has to be on my day job and growing that, and kind of take that into the next step. Which, I mean, Jason and I have had some pretty long discussions. It's not like this is that much work. It's not. I mean, it's really not. A lot of these things run by themselves, but it's just as much that I don't get to be out and be a part of it anymore. And so I don't feel like I can call myself an expert, if you will, when I'm not out there experiencing and being part of it. So it's those parts as well. So right now, at this point in my life, I'm kind of stepping away. Am I going to come back? I don't know.
Probably not.
Probably not.
No, I don't want to lead anyone on.
No, that's true. Probably not.
I mean, of course, you know, he would always be welcome back in some sort of capacity, you know. But yeah, I don't want to lead people on.
No.
You know, and I'm okay with it. I mean, I know it's been a long time coming. I'm not saying you were like slacking, but like
No.
And we talked about how you could still stay engaged without doing gig work, but then I think it's a good decision to stop because you got to kind of be out there at least a little bit. And if you just don't, I mean, it's okay if you don't want to. It's not like you don't have the time. You've just decided you need to put your time in other things in your life, not just the business. It's family, it's relationships outside of that, those kind of things.
There's lots of things going into it. There is.
Yeah.
And the decision has been made that so at the same time as we bought the business, my wife is come full blown. She's my partner. She's my partner in the business as well. And so it's become our decision that we want to put all our cards in that basket right now.
Yeah.
And so that's what we are doing. We are kind of putting all our efforts into that one right now, and we want to try and grow it to something that can become our retirement.
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing.
It's totally. I totally am okay with it. It's just been, man, we've done a lot of shit together.
We have done a lot of shit together. Absolutely.
I mean, I'm so glad that you stuck with it, and
I can't believe it's been 6 years, right?
Yeah,
you were just saying 6 years. It's crazy.
Yeah, the show has evolved quite a bit. I mean, when we first started out, it was me and Ben, and then Ben somehow convinced you to come on the show, and then it was us three for a while. Then it was some other guy. Then it was who was after that? Then it was Samantha for a while. But then it was Pete, who's in the chat right now, and then Pete was done. And then I think it was just you and I, right? After that, like Sam was done, then Pete was done, and then I think it was just you and me.
We had, it was just us,
probably for the last 2 years. So,
well, Pete, you know how to get a hold of me, man. I'm very open to have beers.
He's looking for anyone that's a 1099. That's the route they're going now.
Right now, at least while we're building trust, we need 1099.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we have one full-time employee. I don't want to get into that right now, but we need people.
Right.
But yes.
Yeah, so
that's what we're going on right now, and obviously we'll continue to be supporting the I mean, I'll still be supporting at some point in the background.
So
but we'll figure that out.
Honestly, I think Jesper should just join the Patreon at this point. Spend your $10 on this, even though you're not going to listen to anything. So moving forward, I have asked Larry, Lifting with Larry. Everyone knows Larry if you're part of the community.
Yep.
Larry is been a Patreon member for so long. I think I was in there the other day, and he spent $600 on Patreon for the life that he's been in there. So like he goes way back. He's been to every picnic. He has been a podcaster in the past. He's guest hosted on the show. And I think it's a good fit. And I asked him, and he was super stoked to do it. So I don't think I could do this show solo. I think I could do it, but it wouldn't be the same.
No. It requires that back and forth.
Yeah, that back and forth. So Larry is not going to move to Granville.
I thought that was what he decided on.
No. I mean, if we want to try to run that through the business to get him a house up here, he's not going to sleep in my basement. That's just weird. But
moving costs, not yet.
Yeah, not yet. So I'm excited to have Larry. I mean, we plan on having him next week, right away. We're not gonna skip a show or anything like that.
Yep.
And I'm sure you'll see some changes. I mean, it's a good time to refresh some things. I have some ideas batting around in my head. I don't know
Next week it'll be the Larry and Jason show, and Jesper will be gone.
It'll be like,
Jesper who?
Yeah. Scrub that fucker from the internet. Let's go. Isn't there a service for that? So yeah, there's no hard feelings at all. Obviously, we've talked about it. We've known about it for a while, but yeah, I'm happy for you. Him and I have already committed to a once a month beer date. So we're gonna.
If anybody wants an invitation to the once a month beer date, let us know. I mean, you're not gonna get invited all the time, but
yeah, fuck yeah, let's more the merrier for sure.
Absolutely.
So, anything else? You think you're good?
I think that's it.
Okay.
That's it. I'm gonna wipe my tears here. Come on.
Do you need a tissue?
No, I'm good.
All right. So over the weekend, I had the epitome of what a definition of what like a ride share person goes through. I had one of the funnest rides, and I almost got into a fist fight. So here's the question, Larry. I'm looking for a professional opinion on this. Which one should I play first? So the fun one is a little bit not super long, but I cut a lot of it out. But so that one's about 3 minutes. The other one's about a minute and a half. But what would you prefer?
Oh, I think I would go with I would do the fun one second. I would do the other one first.
Okay, do the asshole one first. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so I will play it, and then I'll kind of explain it at the end. So we'll do that first. It's a little bit longer than I thought. I titled this one "Go Fuck Yourself," and you'll
see why. You will definitely hear why.
I blurted out right here. I just didn't want to officially show his face.
Hello, for Julie. He's been ignoring our phone calls, sir. He's locking the door.
Fuck off, you prick.
We called you 4 times, and you didn't show up in front of the bar. Step out the car, then.
Hit my car again, you fucking
I
dumb.
tapped your window, bro.
Get the fuck out of here. Don't touch my car.
I answer your fucking phone, bro.
I
You
texted
were
you
literally a
back.
professional driver, and you haven't texted for shit.
Professional.
I'm around the corner after 4 minutes. We have 5 minutes for a limit
Get
for
the
you
fuck
to answer.
out of here. You touch my car?
Get the fuck out of here yourself, bro.
God.
Do your job. You're literally a professional driver. I'm a professional driver, and I would never do this to one of my
Why
customers.
don't you go drink
So
another
why
beer?
don't you fucking go fuck yourself?
Okay,
How
I'll
about
go.
that?
I'll go fuck myself.
Drive safely as you go fuck yourself. Sir. Learn to do your job better. How about that?
What?
I'm gonna alert you to the fucking thing. I'm gonna fill out.
Annoying seatbelt. Annoying seatbelt.
What's the matter? You don't want me, you little bitch?
Oh, you are a sucker.
Oh, okay.
Oh goodness. Never seen you move that quick, man.
Oh my God. So you kind of got the beginning of the story. You kind of got the gist of it, right? He was calling. I typically don't pick up the phone. So the whole night I was annoyed that people weren't looking for their driver. Like, I'm around the corner. I'm not going to park on Bridge, you dumbass. It's a busy street. There's no parking. And no one was, walking around and looking at it. So that was the same thing. I texted them. They're like, we're out front. I said, I'm around the corner. So what would you do? Around the corner. So you would walk out. Oh, there's a corner. I'm around it. So that's how it started. So you can see in the video that I rolled the window up because I was going to cancel it, right? I'm a professional. I could already see he was elevated. He already knocked on my window a little aggressively. And I said, nope, I'm just going to cancel. And then it didn't do it justice in the video, but the how loud he hit my car window or the side was so loud, and I just fucking lost it. And like they said, they're like, I didn't think Jason could move that fast. I hit that button.
Oh, you were out. You were out.
I threw that seatbelt off.
You were gone.
And I was ready. I was ready to go. And so I think he I didn't think he expected me to get out of the car.
No, I doubt it.
I think he was going to hit that, and he thought I was going to keep driving. I was like, not today, motherfucker. This is a brand new car, and I still love it. So anyways, I peel out, and then of course the Bolt has such good acceleration, so you hear me squawk the tires a little bit because I whipped around the corner because I was really like, I was elevated. I was a little not, you're like, okay, you're like fight or flight, right? My adrenaline was pumping.
Oh, yeah.
I thought this guy was gonna hit me, so like I was whatever. So I go around the corner, calm down. And then I get that you hear the lift ping. Well, the ping was for Seth. Well, I look, you see me look at the location. It's right where I dropped him off. So I was like, oh, I'm going to fuck with these guys. So I drove around. And if you could listen to the video towards the end, he was like, oh, you're a dumb cunt. And I just kind of chuckled in my head when he said that. So,
Oh, man.
So that's how I almost got in a fight. He didn't even get in the car. See, like, if you're a new driver, this is a tip. Like, if it's going to be escalated, don't even just cancel.
Yeah.
Like, it's just not worth the fight for that.
For
and
sure.
I wouldn't recommend bouncing out like I did. I mean, I was ready to get deactivated from Lyft at that point. Like, I was like, if this motherfucker swings on me, I'm ready to just punch the shit out of that guy. But I think I'm okay regardless, is because I canceled the ride. There's really no record of it, anything. Like, I didn't get paid for it, nothing. So
I'm just glad you remember to put your car in park before you hopped out.
yeah, well, thankfully, so with the electric car and the one pedal driving, I don't use my brake pedal.
Yeah.
I use my gas. So when I let off the gas pedal, it stops.
Yeah.
So it would have stayed there.
Oh,
it wouldn't have moved.
That's good.
But yeah, I whipped that fucking seatbelt off so quick. I'm like, all right, here we go, bitch. Here we go.
Yep.
So don't be like me. Don't be like me.
And don't be like don't be like that passenger either. Don't be pounding on people's cars. Don't be
I
smacking
know,
people's
like-
cars. And be ready for your ride. Be looking for your ride. You know, everybody knows the GPS is not exact. You might be around the corner. Like you said, don't expect us to stop in the middle of a busy street and pick you up.
You know, he had a couple gals with him. Well, Julia was his girlfriend or whatever, and he had her phone, but like, she didn't seem drunk. Like, how is she having trouble? I don't know. It was just a complete disaster. Yeah. So that's the bad one. And then I had a good one, and it's just, the conversation's hilarious. It gets the best at the end, and I'm not just clickbaiting you just to watch the whole thing. I mean, you're already here, fucker, so I already got you. But I hate when people do that on TikTok, like the best is at the end, but the best is actually at the end. So we kind of build a little rapport here, and then so here's the fun ride.
You're riding, bitch.
Yeah. Oh my God. We're all brothers and sisters.
Love it. We love each other.
It's
And
so
if we could grow a
annoying.
beautiful beard like you have, we would.
God.
I mean, that is a great beard.
Yeah, you guys are cramming. You could have fucking sat in the front.
Yeah, and I'm
dude,
really
you guys-
big.
No,
Yeah.
hey, dude,
I have a really
I
big
gotta
fur
get back
coat
with
on
my
right now.
with my peeps.
Yes.
At least you love each other.
Yeah,
we
oh, we do.
love
We
each
do.
other.
I need a Jolly
Dude,
Ranchers.
let's talk about that
From my
beard.
mother
How long
and
have
his
you grown it?
dad, okay.
Like 15 years.
15 years?
Yeah, I get it trimmed up, obviously.
How long? I don't know. Well, it's not long as his.
I mean, it's down to
Okay.
my sternum.
Your dog. Okay. So Jeff's is down
Hey,
to his
you don't
chin.
have to touch
No,
Jason.
I'm not
Like,
touching him.
you're like, hey, ask him if he wants to do that.
Thank
Don't
you.
Fucking go over
We need
that.
consent, damn it.
Exactly.
Well,
No shit. Hey, we're men, but doesn't mean that we don't have feelings.
Yeah.
All right, can I
Right,
consent
Jason?
to put my hands around your fucking beard?
Well, when you say it like that, I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, no
All
shit.
right, can I
No
have
shit.
consent to give
Hey,
me a
hey,
hand
well
job?
done. Well
Yeah.
done, sir.
Yeah.
Well done.
All right, consent to give a hand job.
I'm gonna say no on that too. Your husband probably went like that.
I'm horrible at them. My
Yeah, who
husband's
wants
like,
a
"You're
hand
the
job
fucking
anyways?
No
I know.
shit.
I'm married.
Jeff,
I'm
No
like,
shit. We're past
Like,
that.
Jeff,
Like,
my husband's like this. You're the worst at hand jobs. I'm like,
no, like as a guy too, even blowjobs. It's like I just want to have sex.
dude.
yeah.
No,
oh
hey.
my God. No, that's bullshit. Yes. You all are fat.
No,
oh my
I'll
God.
Hey,
that,
if it's,
that
hey,
is all
if it's
I
good
want.
head, I'll take it. But it's not usually good head.
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah.
if it's a random blowjob, I'll take it. But like, if we're going to bed to like, fool around, like, fuck it, let's go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all
right.
right, that's
Yeah.
what have sex. Can
Dude,
you all
totally.
be quiet right now? Jason,
Yeah.
you know what's fucking wrong with this world?
What?
Foreplay. No guys want to fucking make
No,
out.
I have trained myself. My
No.
wife needs it.
I want
like,
it. I want to fucking kiss for 30
Oh.
minutes. I want you
Three-
to
that's
lick
it?
my
3?
nipple. nipples.
30,
I want you to
30,
feed
30
me.
minutes.
I want you to feed. This is
I
what's
love you.
fucking
You're
wrong
like
with
3
the
minutes.
world.
I can do 3
Everyone-
I can do 3 minutes. No
Fuck
problem.
you. 30 minutes of foreplay and then
30 okay, not 30 minutes.
Yeah,
of
see,
foreplay.
I
that's
wish
the
you we
fucking
were hanging
problem.
with you the rest of the
I
night.
fucking hate you.
Brother, thank
hate
you
you.
for everything.
I hate
Good luck.
Like this is, god damn it. Fucking guys are lazy.
30 minutes? That's not lazy.
Thanks, Big Daddy.
See ya.
I appreciate you.
All right. So that's a little bit more fun. I realized I missed a little blur at the end, which is nice because I realized how long that fucking thing is. I might trim that up before I post it to TikTok. But yeah, so we talked about hand jobs. She was like, it went from the guy hitting on me with the
Beard.
the beard to her wanting to give me a hand job.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they're married.
Yeah.
You're married.
Yeah.
Like, what is happening?
Yeah. You just never know what kind of going to come up in conversation, especially when people are out just having fun. I mean, you never know. You never know.
Well, the fun part of it is I rolled with it
Yes.
and kept.
Oh, you didn't miss a
pressing.
beat,
Like,
man. You didn't miss a beat.
No.
That was awesome.
No, I was like, because it was fun.
Yes.
Like, I'm like, oh, most of my rides were just like, hi, how you doing?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, I got a fun group. Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah. It's neat when you get those.
I might have, honestly, if they would have said, do you want to come in and drink with us? I might have gone in there, had a drink with them. Just one. And called it a night.
Yeah.
But, I kept driving. So
Got to make that moolah.
the funny part of that is both those rides that like the shitty one was after the good one, unfortunately, but they were like an hour apart.
Yeah.
And it's just like, that's what can happen in a night. You can have like the funnest ride. That's not even like a word, funnest, but the most fun ride. And you can have just a terrible one, which, I mean, it obviously didn't become a ride, but
Yeah. And that can be back to back. I mean, you never know.
yeah.
You can, and everything in between, like I said, we see people at their best and we see people at their worst and everything in between.
Oh man, that's such a good statement. We see them at their best and their worst and everything in between.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good sign off. Ooh, I like that. Something like that. So
Verbal
Jimothy,
trademark.
verbal trademark owned by Lifting with Larry and the Gig Economy podcast.
Exactly.
So
Sure. Yeah. So I had an interesting ride similar to what you had a few weeks ago. This was last on Friday afternoon, about, 2:00. So I'd had this lady as a passenger maybe twice before, maybe 3 times. No more than that, though.
well, it's still amazing that you have multiple people in your car, though, like on a regular basis.
I had somebody the other day 3 times.
Oh my
the same
God.
day.
Oh, it's the same day?
The same day.
Jeez.
Yeah. So yeah, I picked her up and she gets in the car and she's like, "Oh, Larry, thank goodness." She's like, "I love you." And I'm like, "Oh, what is going on?" She was very drunk.
Oh man.
She's like, "Oh, Larry, you're my homie." And like, this was not somebody that I'd had a big in-depth discussion with the few
Yeah.
times I'd taken her or anything like that.
Yeah.
So anyway, so our destination was a liquor store.
Oh boy. Shocking.
And yeah, so we start taking off, and she's like, "Oh man, I'm in bad shape, Larry." I'm like, "What's going on?" She's like, "I hate my life. I'm like, well, what are we doing? What's going on?" She's like, "Oh, I'm just tired of people being backstabbers." And she's like, "I'm sorry, I'm so drunk. I apologize. I'm embarrassed being this drunk." I'm like, "Well, then why are we going to the liquor store?" She's like, "Is that what I put in?" She's like, no, I need to go to this certain street, and North Sunrise. And I'm like, "Well, no, you put in liquor store." She's like, no, I need to go to North Sunrise. So we got that taken care of, got that changed. And she's like, she's just on and on. She's like, I'm hating life. I'm so drunk. I hate life. And I'm like, "Well, what's it over at North Sunrise?" "Well, that's where my ex-boyfriend and his new girlfriend live, and he's polyamorous, and so I'm headed over there." She's like, "I think we're going to have an orgy." I'm like, "Oh, okay." She's like, "Yeah, I think I really want to kiss his girlfriend. I really want to make out with his girlfriend." Like, all right, whatever. And then she's like, we're listening. I have like a 80s, 90s station on. And like, I think the Cars were playing. And she's like, I mean, just all in one breath. She's like, "Oh, you like the Cars. You like 80 music. You like blowjobs." Like, all just like all together. And then she's like, I'm so glad you're my homie. I love you so much. She's like, I love that you're such a family guy. All my other drivers, they're always asking for my phone number and this.
Wow.
And, hey, you want to go do some coke? I'm like, no, I don't think so. What, do you know where I can get any? No, I don't either. Eventually we get over and we get to the street. She doesn't know the address, just knows the street. And she's too drunk. I don't want her to really just put her out on the street. So we're kind of creeping down the street until it took a minute until we find the house, and he's out there waiting for her. Gets out, she gets out, gives him a big hug, kiss. I'm like, well, y'all have a good night.
Man. Yeah. In one breath, she's like, I love how you're such a family man. Do you know where we can get some coke?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the family guy that loves his family and drives for Uber knows where to get coke. Yep.
Exactly. Yeah, she was something else. It was quite a trip.
Well, I'm glad you didn't just put her out on the street. That's always kind of a risk of doing that, of like dragging it along, because you don't know where it's going to go. I mean, when you got somebody that's drunk, I mean, it could be so bad.
Oh, okay. It can drag out for quite a long time.
And it's not like you're making money hand over fist with the time. So
no, definitely not. Definitely not. So that was my interesting ride of the week.
Wade, so no blowjob?
No, that would be a no. No coke, no blowjob.
Man,
no
what a
alcohol.
boring night.
Yes. Well, this was 2:00 in the afternoon.
Oh my God.
Yeah. This was not even at night. This was 2:00 in the afternoon.
Wow. There was something in the terms of service. I don't know why we didn't talk about this. We probably should pull it back, but I remember it was my article, but it's towards the end, and it really should have been at the beginning. But it talked about when you do get deactivated, you have to do, like, in the terms of service, there's steps you have to take to actually do it. Did we talk about that?
I don't think so.
So instead of just sending a generic email to support, like, why I was deactivated, there's certain steps, like all these platforms have, that really can get good results if you do it in those proper steps.
Which none of us know because we don't read the terms.
Well, that's the thing. It's in the terms of service. And if you follow these steps, not saying that you'll get it back, but you'll get a more detailed response and try to figure it out. Because honestly, I feel like a lot of it is just technology detecting fraud or something like that, and it may not it might not be that, but if you just say, hey, it wasn't fraud, you send it back to some possibly AI bot that this is your response, it's not going to do anything. So I'll try to find that article, and maybe we'll talk about it on the next show. But it just brought to mind when we were talking about terms of service for Instacart. But it's worth a shot. I know Gabe's a big Instacarter. I mean, hopefully, if he has a problem, and I mean, maybe they will. I don't know. Maybe they're getting more driver friendly. Doubt it.
But can always hope.
So real quick, while Larry was talking, I add something that I didn't have on the show plan, but it has to be Instacart related. So I think it's Instacart. Yeah. So it says, turn on price tag lights to find items faster. So this is, you were looking at the shopping app. Just tap the icon next to the item you're looking at for. A light will flash on the item's price tag so you can find it right away. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I know you can't see it if you're listening to the podcast, but the price is there and there's a little green light. That's amazing.
That is really cool.
That
is something helpful. It is
so helpful. You think they're using like near field communication? Is that how they're able to do that?
Yeah. I would think that's probably what they're using, but I imagine there's a couple different ways they could do it. Well, but it is really cool.
Yeah, I think about it though, and I feel like I know Android phones have had NFC for a long ass time, but like iPhone just recently added it, like in the last couple of years. So like if you're using an older iPhone, I don't know if it would work, but that's so fucking cool.
Would work on my phone.
Yeah, yours. Jeez. Yours stopped updating 2 years ago or 3 years ago. But that's insane to me. Like there's nothing more frustrating than looking and you're in a hurry and you're like, you're probably standing right in front of it.
Yeah, it's right there in front of your face, but there's, 15, 18, 25 different price tags right there, and you're trying to find the one you need. And
Yeah.
just to have it light up like that and just grab your attention, that's cool.
I mean, yeah. Obviously, you still have to be kind of in the general area, because if you're 10 feet one way, you're not going to see the light.
Right.
I would need to say, "Hey, bitch, down here, like, can I have a little speaker on it, like, or like just like an audible, or like, why couldn't it have like a little map on it? Although, again, it could get you there, but like once you're there, you still need to like find where it
it on the
is.
shelf.
But I thought that was super cool. That technology, that is something that's super useful.